What happens when two special effects guys get together to make an apocalypse movie? Not what you would expect. Hey guys, Dustin here, and welcome to Horroritis. Today we are going to look at a movie that I think I've mentioned before, but I've never actually reviewed. I haven't seen this movie in a long time, and I went back and gave it another watch. And I think the way I feel about it might have changed, so let's jump into this. So sometime in the long ago year of 2006, I was in a Blockbuster Video looking through their used rack, which is, a section of DVDs that they sold for anywhere from $5 to $20. And you could find some really good movies on this sale rack, but you could also find some really bad movies too. And this one falls into that latter category. Demons at the Door was written by Patrick Tantalo and directed by Roy Knierim, this guy. And it's about a group of humans who are trying to survive the night while being attacked by the hordes of hell. Right away, by the back of the DVD case, I knew exactly what I was getting into, and I probably wouldn't have bought it in the first place if it hadn't been for the words on the front of the DVD boldly proclaiming music by Insane Clown Posse. In 2006, such a proclamation was a deal maker for me. I was a full-on juggalo. What is a juggalo? I had ICP shirts and action figures and comic books and the Beanie Babies, which was called Beanie Boys, and a Psychopathic Records tattoo. And I still have a good majority of that stuff to this day, even though my taste may have matured some. So, of course, I bought it and I rushed home to watch it, and I don't remember the details of watching it 14 years ago, but I do remember being entertained by the ridiculousness of it. So I decided to give it another watch recently, and while I don't know if the way I felt about it has changed a whole lot, I did think that it needed a video on it, so here we are. So as soon as you start the movie, immediately we're giving a scrolling text that basically gives a little bit of backstory about what's going on in the movie, even though we're basically given the exact same information just a little bit later on. Also, check out that swanky papyrus font. So, less than 10 minutes into the movie, and I've already got questions. Like, why does the terrorist speak pretty clear English and knows phrases like instrument of your destruction, but stumbles on things like balls?
You Americans have how you say it. Balls?
Why does the head badass decide it's a good idea to drop his gun and demand a fist fight with a terrorist?
Come on, pussy. Come and give the Duke a try.
Why does literally the whole cast have to come outside of the safety of the bunker to watch the fist fight? Why does a bomb with a timer of 30 seconds take a full minute and 20 seconds just to detonate? And how many somersaults does it take to escape these sweet-ass CGI flames? Just this first action sequence perfectly sets up what to expect from the rest of the movie. Digital effects that look like they were created in MS Paint, subpar green screen, which I happen to know something about, stilted, long-winded dialogue, a character that essentially yells all of his lines, and for some reason, video quality that switches between 1998 VHS quality and 1992 VHS quality. The demons themselves are a bit better. They appear to be practical instead of CGI, which for me is obviously a plus, though some of the demons do seem to be a bit better quality than others. The demon dialogue is pretty much always cringe-inducing. Like, I think I get what they were trying to do there, making the demons as nasty and unlikable as possible, but in the end, it really just kind of comes off as annoying and at some points a little bit racist. There's a decent amount of gore as far as the demons are concerned. Most of them end up getting chopped up or ripped apart, only instead of blood, they appear to be full of pudding. So much money. In the end, this feels like a parody of a horror movie instead of an actual horror movie, and normally that's what I would assume that it is, but the first half of the movie takes itself way too seriously until about the end where it just kind of gives up and embraces the silliness of it all. If you look at the writer and director of this movie, they both have pretty impressive backgrounds in visual effects and makeup, so how did two guys with a background like that end up making a movie that fell kind of flat? Well, the short answer is probably money. After a bit of research, I found that this movie was partially funded, if not completely funded, by a little bit of money that the director made by directing the national commercial for Insane Clown Posse's album, The Wraith Shangri-La. And then the movie was also shot on 16 millimeters, so some of my questions have been answered with just that bit of research alone. Interestingly enough, the director went on from this to direct a movie called Death Racers, which actually starred ICP, and it was a kind of a low-budget ripoff of Death Race 2000, which was a remake of another movie called Death Race 2000, which I think was from the 60s and had David Carradine in it. That sounds about right. And the quality of Death Racers is actually a huge step up from Demons at the Door. He's also directed music videos for ICP because this guy, it appears, is also a full-on juggalo. Not to mention he's directed music videos for artists like Twisted, Blaze, Boondocks, all of which were on Psychopathic Records with ICP at one point or another. He's also gone on to direct music videos for Devo and the Radioactive Chickenheads. And in case you were wondering, the quality has been improving all the time, which is exactly what you want to see from somebody who's making indie films. In addition to directing, Roy is also part of Soda FX, which you may have seen featured in the sci-fi series Monster Man. But I digress. Demons at the Door is one of those movies where you get your friends together, get some drinks, some snacks, sit back and just laugh at the so bad it's goodness of it all. If you like stuff like The Room or Troll 2 or literally anything by Neil Breen, you're probably going to enjoy this movie just a little bit. And I would encourage people to check it out. It's a fun watch. Although good luck finding it, because as far as I can tell, it's not for sale in any of the regular places. So that's my review for Demons at the Door. If you like this video, like it, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do on whatever platform you find it on. We are available on YouTube, Facebook, and BitChute. And that is it. So, as always, I'm Dustin, this has been Horroritis, and until next time, keep it creepy.